right, guys. Episode number 11. Welcome back to Snagged.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Actually, you know what we should do?
What?
Instead of that sort of intro rubbish, why don't we give a prize away last week's?
Well, we got the old man to call, so why don't you try calling him? Guys, this could work, it might not work, but hopefully he answers the phone.
Is that the details you sent me earlier?
That would be the details I sent you earlier.
Righto, let's give him a ring.
Go do it.
Not sure whether you'll get the audio. Can you hear the audio?
Not yet, but we're about to find out.
It's in my headset.
Oh.
Well, that's efficient.
G'day, mate. How you going? Not too bad. How are you? I've just pulled out my headset. I'm just going to see if the boys can hear me on the other end.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
And can you hear Liam?
Yeah.
We can hear Liam.
Hey! Now, Liam, it's Hooch here from Snagged Podcast. How you going? Not too bad. Yourself? I'm going to turn you up just in case the boys are hard of hearing at the other end. Now, I've got some exciting news. Well, it's not that exciting. Well, no, it's exciting. You've won the weekly prize for last week, was it, Thomas? I'm going to wait for a nod from Thomas.
Yeah, it was about that, yep.
Could have been the week before, not sure. So, yeah, you've won a lure pack with Squid jigs, soft plastics, jigs, blue steel sunglasses, and a Hook'em scalar bag over the, what is that? That is over $250 worth.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Nice work. So, you're in Launceston, I believe?
Yeah, yep.
All right. Well, if you get on to Thomas in there at the Fisherman's Shed via Facebook or a phone call, he'll sort out how we're going to get that to you.
Yep, thanks for that.
No worries. Thank you, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And you'll be on the we've done this live on the podcast, so I hope you're not meant to be at work or anything.
Nah.
Lovely work you've knocked off. All right, well, enjoy that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Liam. Catch you later. See you, mate.
See ya.
Isn't it fun when
Right,
technology
I'll
goes
plug you
well?
guys back in to see if that's going to work.
Oh, dear. This isn't going to end well.
Well, it's not going to. Oh, we've got technology and Hooch. Here we go.
I can't hear you yet. I've got to sort out me.
Oh, it's gone downhill.
This is why we don't film these live.
You just talk about yourself. Show while I come back.
Oh.
Cool.
I suppose we just crank into it.
We could just go, look, we'll do, once he's figured out what he's doing, we'll do Hooch's tips in a second. But all right, guys, been absolutely fantastic this week with the reports, absolutely heaps of them, which is awesome. So let's kick straight into some reports and get into it.
First of all, we got Randolph Shoe with some nice squid over the last few days. So squid season's pretty much coming to an end.
Oh, yeah, today. So down here it's closed for about 30 days. So the Golly guys made the most of it over the last week or so, which is cool. Paul Rogers got some nice calamari. He said I managed to get 8 today just before the closing of the season. He said that was the biggest highlight in Northwest Bay. So good job.
Okay. Arthur Whittock with some nice brim. The Berkeley Stunner 60mm getting the bites on the finicky brim. The pause and slow sink providing deadly.
Cool. The pause. The boy can fish. He is a little gun. Brody and Naomi Corbett, they said a few aliens from the aliens, that's Squid in case everyone wants to know. Just in the lead up to the Southeast closure, they said the dates are about spot on from what they could tell, with plenty of fish showing on the signs of recent spawning. A lot of fish also seen that wouldn't touch a jig, paired up and preoccupied by the looks of it. Cool to see, but also frustrating. Good to see them get a rest. Hopefully, years to come will benefit from having a 1 month hiatus. And guys, it turns out Brody and Naomi got a little one on the way. So congratulations, guys. That's fantastic news. You guys are going to be amazing parents. Justin Watts, cracking squid also. Good to see him back in the water. He had a bit of a hiatus there for a while. So good to see him having a crack.
Yeah. We got Laura Heddle with some nice squid coming out of Fortescue Bay near the shipwreck.
Awesome work, Laura. MSK Fishing sends a report in every week, so really appreciate that, my man. You're a legend. Said, brim on the purple pasty today at Old Beach. Great to see the brim out of their deeper holes and working their way back onto the flats as the waters warm up. So there's heaps of salmon also about in lots of little schools. And he said, lots of little funny small tailor. That's Hooch with his technology. Thank you very much.
That's something I just come up with.
Excellent. I love it. That's good. We will add this.
That's for the Hooch's hint section.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, you just sit over there and work on that for a bit.
Yeah.
I will. I'm just going to sit there and mind my own business.
All right, good man.
Oh, well, moving on to the trout side of things. So first of all, we got a bit of a date coming up that is going to be a little bit of a tournament. So they're going to be holding the 2024 Trout Classic up the Highland Lakes again, which is Arthur's Lake and Great Lake. entry forms will be available from the 25th of October, Friday, and the entries will open on the 1st of November. So, yeah, what's that? That is, I'm pretty sure they're holding on the 31st of November, 1st of December, that weekend.
That'd been good for me. But it's the comps are that's a really good comp. So guys should get around and support those guys. Run an awesome event. You did also say that it was where it was going to be was dependent on the weather a little bit. So, last time didn't they run it over 2 different lakes?
Yeah. If the weather was going to cut up rough and be a bit nasty, they're going to move the comp to Hawaii. Is that true?
I did hear that on the everyone. So look,
they invited this guy.
That's it. Fingers crossed. Sounds exactly right. Cool. So yeah, great event. You should guys get behind it. We need more competitions like that kicking around. Just recently, the Tasmanian Trade Expo was held up at Brumbies Creek. Many thanks. They said many thanks to everyone who attended the Hydro Tasmanian Cressy Community Trout Expo. Just trying to say that a lot of times. There was 150 trout caught, with 8 of those fish being tagged with a $50 tag. So well done to those people that did that. Over to you.
Righto. So I'm pretty sure it was about 30 odd 8 kilo rainbows that
Big
were
mutants that they are.
Released into Brady's Lake there, and a couple of people got onto them. So we got Booze, but whoa,
Bo,
wow, that came out wrong. Bo Skinner with one of the rainbows, 8 kilos. I'm pretty sure they were released
around about that sort of size, yeah.
Just to interject there, you were laughing down your shirt sleeve when I was having a little bit of trouble last week pronouncing Mahalia, and you can't even get Bo out.
Yeah, can you say that name again? Bo. See, but he got it much faster.
Oh, yeah, but yeah. Did you see that though? I nailed it this week, Mahalia.
You did. I love
Mahalia. Hey, I'm all over it like a rash. So shout out to Mahalia, and also
shout out to you for being able to pronounce it.
I'm all over it like a rash.
You are. Go.
An NZK with one of those rainbows from Brady's as well.
Fantastic. They are stonking big fish. Obviously, you'll see in the photos we chuck up here. Looks like a bit of fun up there. Obviously, not ridiculously wild fish or anything like that, but when you imagine casting out of plastic and winding that damn thing in, you'd be over the moon.
A bit of a challenge. Back up Northway, we got some fish coming out of the tail race. Now, I don't know whether this is one name or 7 names, but we got Ashley, Kyler, Williams, Butler. So
I think it's a multiple.
We'll run with it.
Yeah,
we'll run with it.
And it might be Kayla too, not Kyler.
Nah, Kyler sounds better.
All right, cool. We'll go right off of that. Cool. Jack Goseen or Gosser, nice rainbow, awesome fish, well done, legend. Little junior himself again, Arthur Whittock. Beautiful buck brown from the Central Highlands, taking a soft plastic at his feet on the Berkeley Fishing Australia. He's clearly sponsored and working on it, so good job. You got to drop the sponsorship there. I like it. T-tail, olive pearl, can't go wrong with those fish. They're absolutely epic. Well done, guys. What do you got north fishing wise, my man? What's been happening? Who's reported to?
Well, we've had some of you may have seen on the snapper fishing page of Tasmania on Facebook that there was an absolute belter of a snapper caught, and that was Tristan. So Tristan's a cobber of mine, and he's a super keen fisher, and he had his son Leo out. And he got knocked off work a little bit late. He promised his son that they're going to go snapper fishing, and he knocked off a little late and said, "Oh, look, we might just go beach fishing." But Leo put the foot down and said, "No, you said snapper fishing." So instead of going a little bit further afield like they would normally, they just put in off their local ramp. They were in about 18 metres of water, and that's off Burnie, and they managed a couple of nice gummies, but also a 6 kilo snapper. So that is a fantastic snapper. It was a great capture, and they kept that one for the table, and they were super pumped. Of course, the son Leo was on the rod for most of the night, but he'd caught a fair few draftboard sharks and the 2 gummies, and then when the rod went off late in the session, Dad picked it up, and of course it was the big snapper. So Leo was a bit devo, and Tristan felt a bit bad about that. But it was a great fishing, and also it really adds to what Glenn Saltmarsh would say, and that is that the early season snapper seemed to be a better quality of fish, a bigger fish, and as that was proof in the pudding. Glenn's been out trying his luck. There's been a few more snapper caught this every time the sun comes out and the wind is abated. It's go time, and there's been a number of fish caught. But that sort of leads into the Hooch's hot hints.
Go for it.
Hang on. I thought I'd prepare a little bit of a... hang on. Will we get in trouble if we play music?
It's free.
No, but does it go on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great tune. Anyway,
So test. Are you talking about fishing, or are you playing a test match? Because sounds a lot like your
excuse
test
me,
match.
young man. I know that you're only 14 years old, but that's actually the theme song to Chris Conroy's World of Boats.
Oh, it sounds.
You did a good job, though. I will pay a little.
What's what called?
World of Sports.
Test match.
Go on. He doesn't play sport anymore.
It's a good pickup, though. It used to also be the lead-in for Wild World of Sports as well. But Chris Conroy's World of Boats, as a kid, you'd wake up Saturday mornings to hear that, filling the ear holes. So the hint this week, I think, is around burley. Now, people treat burley with a bit of disdain and they don't think about it too much. And what I would suggest is that you actually think about your burley. And my hint is to think about what you're trying to do. And that is bring the species that you want to catch to the boat. Sometimes we get a little bit lackadaisical with it and we just make big chunky burley, sits on the bottom and just brings every single rubbish fish that you can possibly imagine. We've got a big burley muncher machine, and sometimes we go to a bit of trouble to put it through twice and three times. And what we're envisaging in our mind is that if we can make a chunky burley early that goes out fairly quickly and drops at the back of the boat, and then our preceding burleys want to be super fine. So if you have in your head that you're trying to create an effect of like smoke in the air, you want your burley to be super fine and go out into the water in fine particles, and that will bring the fish for miles around. And what you also are trying to do is to bring the bait fish as well. Quite often when we go snapper fishing, you're bringing those small cooter and those small mackerel, and they will create a lot of flash and activity in the water, and that brings the target fish as well. So think about your burley. It's just not about just buying it or making it and throwing it in the water. And sometimes people will have it right up at the back of the boat. If you're in 18, 20 metres, depending on the current, that burley is actually going to hit the bottom a fair way away from where you are trying to catch those fish, and that can be problematic as well. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to just check how you're swinging on the anchor and what depth you're in, and you can lower that burley right down to the bottom or a couple of metres off the bottom, and that way you're bringing the fish that you're trying to catch up under your nose, and you can cast your strayline rigs and your paternoster rigs within the target zone. One other thing with burley, what was I thinking? I think I might have lost my train of thought. There was something else. Oh, that's right. I think drifting for flathead and drifting in general is sort of a thing of the past. It's not. It's a good way of fishing, but it's sort of, I can see that there's a bit of a head of steam up, and people are starting to fish at anchor with burley a lot more because it starts to maximise your day. You can be targeting gummies and snapper, and those bigger flathead will come through and find what's going on with your burley as well. So it's a pretty cool way to fish. And, of course, a lot of times fishing at anchor is made a misery because you don't have an electric anchor. Some of us are lucky enough to have electric anchors. When I was a kid fishing with Pop and my dad's mates, I was the anchor winch, and it's can be a bit of a pain in the bum. But if you take some young kids, they can love lifting the anchor up and give them something to do. Or huge fan of the Lone Star equipment. No problem there. It's probably the best winch system on the market. And Malky, the owner, is a great mate of mine, and he's a demon. So
yeah, make a great product.
If you're in the market for that, and I think most boat stores would have a Lone Star winch in stock, and I know Rob Lane is a big fan of the product, so by all means check those out if you want to start fishing at anchor a bit more and use your burley wisely.
Yep, shout out to Rob Lane and Arrow Welding.
My wordy.
Cool. Oh, that's good advice. A little bit of a product review. When we were recently up at the after trade, so we always have a bit of a look around all the stuff, everything you could possibly imagine. There's a lot of fish and tackle over a few days. But one thing we did particularly notice was one of the smaller companies, SWL distributors, bringing a lot of Japanese lures. And we found this, I think it's Longan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Longan for something. Yeah, that's it, which doesn't sound particularly Japanese, but, here it is. These have these little lures called plexes. They're like a little triple jointed style. I guess you'd almost call them like a wake bait or a slow roll sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they sink down very slowly, and you do a slow wind back, and on the wind they'll get that ridiculously big sort of wobble like that. So we sort of thought, oh, you know what, these things will be good for crescent, good for sea runners, even like at night time imitating an eel or something like that. Yeah. So we got them in. We ordered them about 3 months ago, and we finally got them into the fisherman's shed. Things are really worth having a bit of a look at. They're a fantastic lure.
Did you say they were Japanese inspired?
Yeah, made in Japan.
Oh yeah, cool. That'd be quality lure.
So they're a premium lure. Sorry, mate.
What price point are they at?
They're in the 30s. They're up there, but
they're a bigger lure, and I noticed the finish of them were pretty nice as well. So the finish and the hook, the quality of the rings and the hooks.
Absolutely, and that does make a lot of difference with the price of lures. Like a lot of these cheaper lures are running cheap split rings and cheap trebles, so a lot of the time you have to get them. Realistically, you should take them off and put new ones on. By the time you put on good quality Gamakatsu or something along those lines, these $15 lures are often into the 20s anytime by the time you sort of spend a bit of time buying all the other stuff for it.
I noticed we got a new sponsor too.
Did we?
Yeah, Shimmer.
Shimmer?
Yeah, looks like Shimmer's come on board.
What are you talking about?
Look behind you. Any chance you could pull that sign out? That's better.
That's it.
Hey!
OG sponsor. There we go. We're talking about this. That actually brings us to this week's prize pack that we're giving away. This one's really, really cool. So the legends up at SWL Distribution have sent us down a heap of lures to give away. So these guys are a myriad of those Longan and Apia lures out of Japan. These things are spectacular. So most of these lures are ranging in that high 20s, early $30 things. So there's some trout lures, different colors. These things will be absolutely dynamite. They're going to be an awesome price pack because I don't think, other than the Fisherman's Shed, I don't think anyone else sells them in Tassie. They're awesome things. It's kicking into about $300 worth of lures there for your prize next week. And if you want to win these awesome little things and be probably the first person in Tasmania to have them, how do you win?
www.snagged.com.au, get yourself a membership, and then you'll go into the draw to win them. But there's like, just looking at them. So what? There's four of them. I like that thing. 4 of them that are, so they are 45 mil, little humpback style, 2.6 gram floating lures. They're going to be perfect for your rivers and stuff like that.
Because you've got young legs, Dylan, could you bring a couple up to the camera and see if, I know it's going to be problematic with the glare, but let's see if we can give the punters at home.
I don't know if I can.
You've got this.
It might be an absolute disaster, but you might be able to hold it.
It's got disaster written all over it, but let's go.
No, it's fine. Sorry to throw you in the deep end, but...
So that one is one of the ones that looks really good, sort of gold colour. Going to be great in like rivers and stuff like that.
That one would be a good one for Rowan and down the west coast, that one with that gold and orange on it. And just tilt that around a bit because, like I said, come down lower, get it away from the light. Keep coming down. That's a full design. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you had it there. Nice. That's a good-looking thing. I like it. So, like I said before, it was good finish.
Pause, zoom in.
What we might do is get a little hand camera, a little remote camera that you can do a spot.
I love it. Technology.
So, yeah.
We're going back. Let's go back.
Yeah, we got it.
Come on, son. You've got this.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. But it's an awesome prize.
Is that a pencil, Law?
It is a pencil.
Pencil work.
It's an awesome prize pack. It's really exciting. I should be almost entering this one myself, but obviously I can't. So that's about us for this week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. A reminder to send your reports in. We really appreciate what people do. And we really appreciate if you guys grab yourself a membership and be in the win to win all these awesome prizes. But also, it supports us and helps us make this every single week. You know what no one noticed? I dyed my beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yours isn't as grey as mine, so
that's probably why.
Yeah, I started dyeing it because since we started doing this podcast, I got a lot of grey start kicking up.
Oh, well, I might. It's been a while since I've done mine, so I might do mine as well. What colour do you recommend?
Dye yours pink.
No, I'm sort of feeling that, I reckon he's got a bit of a ginger vibe.
Oh dear,
a bit like you.
Yeah. That's why I don't grow a beard, because whenever I grow a beard, it turns out ginger.
So,
Dylan, just quickly, while we've got people online, can you look at the Snag podcast message on your phone?
no, we can't. Oh, maybe.
Oh my
Funny
God.
as.
Well, you do that for a second. So Dean's not here, as you probably noticed. It is the big guy's birthday, so he's off doing birthday things. So happy birthday to Dino. That would look a bit like, yeah.
Yeah, that
was exactly what Hoosh looks like when he's big. We'll put that photo up for you all as well.
That's not.
Righto.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a great week, and don't forget to send those reports in.
Cool, Barnard. See you, bye.
You see ya.